Good morning, good evening. Welcome everybody. It's good to have you here. Wait, something's not right.
Hey everybody, sorry for the interruption. This is Brian. I just wanted to jump in real quick and make an announcement before we started out today's live stream that we do have some upcoming changes. Starting on Friday, November 6th, we're going to be adding an additional weekly live stream at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That will be every Friday from that point forward, where we're going to be looking at just general network technologies. So we're going to start out with network devices. So what is a hub, a switch, a router, a repeater, a bridge, and how do all these devices differ? We'll be moving from that into other general network concepts. This will be vendor independent, so it doesn't matter whether you're working with an ICX or a third-party vendor device. We'll be just going through how networks function, both from a protocol perspective as well as from a hardware perspective throughout those Friday live streams. We will continue to have the Wednesday live streams hosted here by Matt, where we will continue going into very RUCKUS specific topics. But on Fridays, we're going to be a little bit more vendor neutral in our approach to things. So I hope you will come join me starting on Friday, November 6th at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. With that, I'm going to go ahead and pass everything back over to our normal host for Wednesdays, Matt Clauda. Thanks, everybody.
That's right, Friday, you better be there. The only weird thing is I can't hear that video when it plays, so I don't remember what time it's at. I don't even know if it's scheduled yet, so I feel bad about that. But it's all there, so make sure you join that. Another thing, don't forget, I'm going to start doing Twitch streams on Thursdays next week, starting on the 12th. I'll do that at 1 o'clock Pacific. We'll cover more of the RUCKUS at home stuff for that. So we'll cover Unleashed, the smaller form factor ICXs, really kind of driven for the home users, for small to medium business. So we're going to cover that stuff there. Really get in depth with it. And obviously after all the fun I had today fighting access points, we'll see if if I have any APs to run Unleashed on. But yeah, that's the plan. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna eventually, at some point, when my my life tends to calm down, I'm gonna purchase some Sonos speakers too. So I know that's been a big topic with home users, because there is some interesting challenges that you need to go through to get that stuff working correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of those, get them set up here so that they work on an Unleashed network. We'll go through everything to do it. Different smart devices, things like that. Just really kind of make that stuff work. So I know that homes are getting smarter and smarter, and so there's some pretty cool things we can do with that. I also might bring in some Amazon Alexa devices too, just because I know those are pretty popular as well. We'll look at Apple TVs, things like that. So we're really going to expand that. We'll do a lot more setup, config, troubleshooting, really get you the most out of it that you're really looking for with it. So it should be fun. It'll be a good time. So, but this stream, just the Wednesday stream, we're going to focus more on the larger enterprise products, and like this one is going to be SmartZone. So we're all about virtual SmartZone on here. It is working. So I had some licensing challenges with it yesterday. Or this morning. It's been a long day. I'm sure I look exhausted, like hammered, you know what. But I have an access point up. It's in there. It's working. It's functioning. I have another one that I configured that I'd like to add to it. So I want to throw it in there, see if it does it. And this thing, okay, so I don't know where it's picking all the rest of these APs up. I only have one AP in here. Today there were 5, and now there's 306,000 of them. I'm not sure why. I'm also not entirely sure why it keeps adding more. Oh, we're at 90%, so I can still add more, which I'm going to. Yeah, that's really odd. So let me plug this in. I had to get it set up on my laptop, on a different laptop, because there's a really goofy way of doing it, and I can't show that on the stream. So I didn't want to do that here, because I wouldn't have a way to show it. I'd have to use a weird camera pointing at a different laptop. But typically what I do is I'll just go in and set my Ethernet interface to a 192.168.0.10, and then put it in a 255.255.255.0 subnet. And when I do that, then I just plug the access point directly into my laptop's Ethernet port, plug a power adapter into it, bring it up, do a hard reset on it. That way you can get into the standalone software on it. And if it's running SmartZone or things like that, you can flash it up with Unleashed software if you need to, different things like that. But I was able to get in an SSH into it and configure the set SCG IP on there for the SmartZone. So it should pick it up. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and see what happens here. All right, it's there. It's got a red light, so it's booting. And we'll see what happens with it. Hopefully it comes up and goes online and works. We tried to use Swipe today. Unfortunately, I just don't have the VLAN structure built in this office right now to allow for that. So other controllers are going to try and snag it. Next week, I'll try and get some VLAN stuff done so that we can, you know, kind of mess around with that a little bit. At least run Swipe on there, because Swipe is really handy. I mean, it works great, but I just need to be able to get that stuff set up, and I haven't had time. So we'll look at that. And then I was going to try and get this Cloud AP attached, but I would have to flash it, do a hard reset and flash it. And I just don't know if I can really fully display that in the stream, because I can't be on the same device. So we might have to tinker with that a little bit and see what happens. But I do have a Cloud AP. I just need to pull it off and put it on here. And then that way that frees up these other access points for Unleashed, because I do want to do meshing and things like that with the Twitch stream next week. So we may do that. I'll pull it out of the cloud. Actually, we can do that right now while that thing's booting. I will deregister it first. And then once it's deregistered, I should be able to do a reset on it, set its SCG, everything else. I wonder why does this thing never work? Wake up. All right, networking devices, Wi-Fi. We'll see. I think I grabbed that access point. Yep, here we go. We are going to let me think about that. Hey, grabbed it. Look at that. 2950. If I can figure out which one it is. It's on port 3. Oh, and it hasn't given me any LLDP info yet. Yet being the key word. It will happen. So maybe if I factory reset this thing. Let's see what it does. No neighbor. All right, well, I know it's an R600. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I can talk about it. This guy right here. That's who it is. So he should be, yep, his software is off, so he's going to have to load software to it, which it is because the director light was flashing quickly, so that'll get loaded. Just so I can... I want to rename it. Whoa, too many keystrokes there. That R600. Okay, let's do that. At least get a name on it. And then now that we have a name on it, I won't get lost, so I can move it to this other zone. I'll move it right there. Yes, please. Okay, now the other one, I think, is already in that zone. Let me look. It is. This one. No, wait. Default zone. I clicked on the wrong zone. Yes, this one. This is the R510, so I'm going to modify this one as well. Right? Okay, I'm not losing it. Okay, this one won't update the name yet because it's going to be in the middle of a software load for a minute, so it's actually going to have to get all of that done first. But we can see it's talking. Yeah, it looks good. So I did earlier create one WLAN. I'll go ahead and create another one too. And we'll just do it per zone. So I have a VSZ Live one here. I don't know. I had... Let me look at something. As you guys know, because you've seen this 100 times, there are a lot. Like, a lot of wireless LANs in this building. So, okay, there's not... Excuse me, there's not one. So let's create one. Maybe. Okay. We're going to call it Ruckus Live We're going to create it on this zone here, which is the Ruckus Live one. Ooh, and keep in mind that happens. Okay. So we'll do this standard. Now, the nice thing here, too, is we can do WPA2 and 3 mixed. So when I attach an iPhone to this, it will grab WPA3 immediately. Just show it real quick just to make sure I'm not doing anything fancy. Okay. Now we can isolate wireless client traffic if we want. I'm not going to do that. We will have a Radius server in the coming weeks. I'm not going to commit to when, because there's some there's some things I have to do to make that happen. But I will get a Radius server, because the main thing to do with that is DPSK and managing that piece, because I think that's something that you really need to have available in this environment just to make it more manageable as you go through and kind of deal with it. So that should help out quite a bit by doing that. Let's see, radius options you have in here. Firewall options. I've never really actually played with these too much, but we will as we go, because we will do things like URL filtering and device policies. And we can turn app recognition control on. And then options here. So if we needed to send a VLAN with this, we could. We will be working on Wi-Fi calling in the future. We'll have to build profiles for that, things like that. But yeah, all these different features I'm sure you've seen multiple times. You can do DHCP option 82 with it, things like that. So all of these things are available. We're going to do OFDM mode only. Min rate for default, we're going to go to 12. Just because I like to set it to 12. I could probably go to 24 and I'd be fine, but okay, there it's created. So now let's see how our access point's doing. Okay, this guy should be loading software. Oh, that's interesting. That's Zone Director software. I don't know why we refer to this as firmware. I don't know if that's a wireless thing. To me, it's software. I mean, it's unless you're loading something onto a chip, that's firmware, but this is software. But I'm not going to argue with them, because those guys are way smarter than I am, so they can name it whatever they want. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Why does this guy have alarms? Oh boy. AP rebooted by system. Oh, IP mode change. Okay, that's fine. We can clear it. Oh. They said so again. And we'll acknowledge this one too. Okay, cool. So those are cleared out. Those look good. Now let's look at, oh yeah, see. This guy just went offline. Let's see why. Connected because of AP. It was approved. Discovery request. Okay, what about alarms? Well, it said it had an alarm, and now it's not there. Or am I seeing things? I could be seeing things. Yeah, number of alarms. Oh, it just disconnected. So Interesting. Where is the... Wonder if I can get into it. .18. Hang on a second. I wonder if it'll oh no, I didn't want to do that. I was hoping it would let me copy and paste it, but it won't. Well, and that's not going to matter anyways. If I don't have a connection to it, I'm not going to be able to get to it because it's offline. So I don't know why it reverted back to Zone Director software. That was nice of it. All right, I want to try this again. But first of all, okay. Okay, I'm going to take it out of that VLAN. I'm going to do a factory reset on it. I'm going to see if I can get into it with swipe, and if I can, then I'm going to bootstrap it and see if it'll actually grab that controller. Okay, so we'll go to a different view. So Swipe is this mobile app. I don't know if you've used it. Which one was this? 9040, same one. Okay, so we can try it again. We just have to hope that we start broadcasting that correct SSID. Okay. Well, it is an R600, so it is a little bit slower. But hopefully it'll start spitting that out and this will work. We tried to mess with this morning, and it's kind of like a race, and I think I lost the race. It was like the tortoise and the hare, and I was definitely the turtle. Come on. I know. It's like hurry up and wait. Bueller. The other thing is I suck at resetting these things, so who knows if I actually even got it fully reset. I mean, power and director are blinking, so let's see what it's doing here. And it's still offline. No island and no configure me. I don't think it likes me. I don't think it wants to be my friend. That's what I think. I'm gonna have to do it again, aren't I? I think I am. Or I could just be really impatient. I don't know which one it is yet. Yep. Darn it. Well, I guess the only thing is I don't have anywhere to be, so I might as well just reset it again. Okay, that's the magic 14-second countdown. What's up, Jesse? Boop, boop. I know, it's terrible, but we'll see. It's just that sweet spot in there, and I can't ever get it right. I try. I just miss it every single time. I've done this 1,000 times at home, because it's usually easier to get this stuff at least staged up and ready, because then when I bring it in here, the first controller in line is going to grab it. They're very, very friendly when it comes to controllers. They like to snag them pretty quick. So I'm not sure what this is going to do. We're going to find out and see if my patience was short-lived or not. So hopefully it snags it. We'll see. You never know. I especially never know, but I always try. Okay. Come on. Got it. You gotta be kidding me. It wasn't ready for me yet, but that one worked. Oh, really? Well, I'm not going to be able to connect to that. Ugh. And I'm pretty sure the second that I put this thing back in the correct VLAN. Yeah, I know. Okay, so Smart Alec, how am I supposed to do this otherwise? Wait for it. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Okay. Yes. It says it's rebooted. It didn't reboot it. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, put it back in that VLAN. Okay. Now, let's see what happens. I guess you'd like to see SmartZone, wouldn't you? I'm going to do this too, because I threw it back in this VLAN 50. So now I'm kind of curious to see what it decides to do. Hopefully, slap it really hard, get it to change its firmware. I guess we're gonna see. So this, depending on your environment, I don't want this to discourage you, because the main challenge that you're seeing I'm running into is we have SmartZone controllers all over the place, and the controllers are always going to want to snag that access point, and that's what they do, right? That's what they're for. So even when I'm trying to bootstrap this thing, it's still showing that it's running Zone Director software. And I'm not entirely sure where it got it from, because Zone Director's been unplugged since this afternoon. So I don't know how it reverted back. It was running 104, which is standalone software, and then it jumped into 10.4. Unless I misread it, which, as tired as I am, that's extremely possible. So it should... Well, let me see if it grabbed an IP. Okay, it did. The same IP. Yeah, I don't think it bootstrapped it, because it's still searching for a controller, and it can't find one, so... Huh. Interesting. Okay, well that one didn't want to play along. But the good news is the other one did. So we still have one that's in here. Actually, where did it go? Wait a minute. Where'd the rest of my access points go? Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. They all disappeared? I'm gonna let you sit there and think about what you did for a second, because it was extremely rude, and you just showed me up in front of all my friends. Oh, there they are. They came back. There we go. Now we have access points in here. However, this one is still not... It's not having it. So... number of events... Yep, it just flat disconnected. And yep. Was rebooted. Okay. Maybe it's pulling firmware. I don't know. Okay. Well, it's there. Let's attach to one of these. What did I call it? Ruckus Live? Yep. Okay. We have a client. So let's look at the clients. Oh, I have to go back to this. Okay, there's my phone. What's up? That's the WLAN it's on. The AP it's attached to. The Mac. Radio type NA VLAN 1. Wait a minute. Something is fishy. Can I surf anything? Yeah? I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, there it is. It took a minute. Sorry. It wasn't showing me any radio information. So, that weirded me out. But yeah, signal to noise is 40. Neg 51. This all looks pretty good. Channel 153. ANC. The only thing that it doesn't show here. Where'd it go? There it is, WPA3. So see, Apple devices will do that right away. It'll just grab it. I have this too. Has So I have an AX chip in my laptop, in my personal laptop. I'll throw on there, and we should see it snag. I just attached it to the other WLAN. There we go. It's connected. So, and if we look at this guy, WPA3 as well, and that'll update. Yeah, snagged right onto it. Pretty cool. Still don't have another access point, but I'm not gonna get butthurt over it. I'll just have to manually flash it and be done with it. So the other thing I want to check is this cloud one. Let's see, FFCO. And we'll delete it out of here. Boom. Bye-bye. Now, I don't know if that will reboot it or not, which is fine if it doesn't. I'll manually do that one tomorrow. So I'll move that. It's a 7... What did I say it was? It's like a 730 or 750 or something. I'll move that one off of the cloud platform and just move it onto SmartZone. So it'll be there. Let me look and see what it did. Oh yeah, it's rebooting. So now my curiosity is to see if it actually does try to snag. It's on 7. We'll see when it comes back up what it's attached to. And then see if it'll join. It very possibly could, and if it does, that's even better, because then I can reflash the 510 and the 600 for Unleashed for next week. That one's on there. I'll move it to the zone. The WLANs will get moved to it. It'll be good to go. We won't have to worry about it anymore. And then I'll have Wi-Fi sitting here in my office when I need it. So can't beat that either. There was clients. I like this feature. I'm going to go through this later on, especially when you're using Radius. Although, a second. Clients. I want this MAC address. Go to troubleshooting. Put the MAC in. Select the access point. Probably the one that is online, which is that guy. Say okay. Start. Now I'm going to turn this off and back. Okay, so disassociated. Now I'm going to reassociate, because this will run until you stop it. Then you can see everything go through here. 4-way handshakes. I don't know why it de-authed right there. But it's really cool because it shows you what pieces it's using here, right? So when it de-authed, it was just talking to the access point. When it authed, it was going to the AP. And then you can see here where it's going out to, it's broadcasting traffic. If it was to hit a captive portal, DHCP info, so it'll actually tell you what IP it's given the client. And this is essentially, this is DORA, right? It's your discover, offer, request, acknowledge. And then back here just talking to the AP, and then AP talking back, but it's still associated, so I don't know why it complained about that. Then you can just stop it, and it'll stop the trace. This is super helpful, so it'll usually give you information here other than unspecified. If you are getting DOS and things like that, you can go in and pull the logs and find out why it's doing it. That's always there and available if you need it. But it works out great. I mean, it's a super clean tool to use. Makes your life so much easier. It really is. So it actually shows not much on that traffic session. But the other thing I did is I did under access control. No. Of course. If you guys weren't watching me, I would have found it the first time. Clients. There we go. Total traffic. We're not going to see much. It didn't really do a whole lot, but it'll also store some events in there. Info updated on WLAN from the AP. Detected the client. Roam from AP. Oh, wait. Why is it roaming from... Okay, I got myself confused there. I thought it was on a different AP. It's not. That's the correct AP. So there we go. We've got an access point in here. That one's looking for a controller. Ooh, look at that. 26 FFC 0. Hey, it's right there. Look at that. So we're going to approve it. Yes, sir. This guy, I'm going to delete him. Okay. This guy, I'm going to do a config on him. I just want to change the name. He is a 730. So we'll do a configure on it. R730, Wi-Fi 6 AP. Bringing in the big dogs. And then I'm going to move him to the correct zone. Oops, let me just use move. Ruckus live, boom, done. There we go. So now we have him in there. Perfect, just like that. So we have an AP in there now. I'm going to disconnect these other two just because I want to and I can. Delete him. I wonder if he's going to pop back in there. Okay, there we go. And they're gone. Just like that. So it shouldn't pick it back up because I don't want it to. And I unplugged them, so they can't come back now. But there we go. They're there. So this one here, number of events, 7. That's a little nuts. Okay, firmware is being updated. 5.2.1.2, 5.2.1. So it's actually not even being upgraded, it's being downgraded. And I still need to put a patch on this guy too, because there's a new SmartZone patch out for the AP. So we'll do that next week. I'll just throw the patch in there real quick. Well, I guess I can do it now, since we're gonna close up shop here in a minute. Log in. Go ahead and grab Virtual SmartZone, downloads, AP patch. Oh wait, I already have that downloaded. AP patch, let's find it. Upload it. So this is just an AP patch. It's not an actual patch for SmartZones. And SmartZone's on the latest software. This is a patch for the access points. So what it should do is once it's done updating the other one, which is kind of a backwards way of doing this, it's going to update it what it's doing now, and then it'll go ahead and update it again, which that model is covered. So before I do this, I want to make sure that AP is still being worked on. So I'm not going to do that to it right now. I'm not going to apply it. I don't want to get it all crossed up. And new configuration. So it's pulling everything now. It didn't. Yeah, it's still 5.2.1.098. So I'm going to let this run. We can apply that patch to it next Wednesday. Get it going, and then from there we're going to go in and do a lot more of the troubleshooting stuff, and we're going to start to build out some other things, URL filtering, some of the service and profile stuff. So I'll put a lot of that together, and I'll just throw it in the title of the stream before I throw it up next week, but it'll be there. So look forward to that next week. Thanks for joining, and we will see you next time.